Yo, welcome back to the Cool Kids Podcast. Today we got Kyle and Darren.
Yes,
and today we're going to start off strong talking about the Browns. They sadly lost this Sunday against the Chiefs.
Yep.
It makes sense, though. They did go to the Super Bowl last year, the Chiefs, against the Bucks, and then they lost against Tom Brady because it's Tom Brady. But they did good. They won in the first half. They were leading by, I think it was 22 or 21 or something. And then by the end of the fourth quarter, they were down by 3 and then lost, sadly. Yeah. I didn't get to watch the game because I was DMing my D&D party, but yeah, I was watching the score. Wow. I heard my dad scream a couple times upstairs, so yeah.
About what?
The game. My dad's a football fan, of course, and they were winning, so of course he's going crazy. And they had a really good play where they just got past all the defense and got a touchdown at one point.
Do you and your dad ever talk about it?
No, I fucking hate my dad. I don't talk to him.
No, I know that. I just, over the years, I feel you've gotten closer to your mom through certain things. So.
I talked to my dad about football once, but it was just like, the Browns are going to be good this year. They did 11-3 last year.
Just like awkward small talk.
Yeah, it's very bro, whenever I go to work and I drive and he's in the car with me, bro, it's so awkward because it's so silent. And then, I can talk to him, but it's just I don't know what to say. And if I say something, it could go into a big long thing, and I just don't want to deal with it.
Right, and then you're gonna have shit to deal with after work, and then you're gonna be thinking about it the whole time you're at work. No, I get what you mean. I don't know, bro. It's it's hard to relate to dads.
Yeah, 100%. It is
because I feel what you're saying, because there's been times when I go out dirt bike riding with my dad, it's a 45-minute drive out to Bear Creek, and so it's me and him in the car and then my two brothers in the back, and it's just silence for a lot of the drive, and it's he'll ask me about the typical stuff work, the easy shit that, just for something, but it's it kind of runs out, and then it's sometimes we can hang on to a good conversation and then we're talking for 15 minutes, and then other times it's just it just kind of fades out and feels weird,
Yeah, I can talk to my dad about politics, but honestly I haven't even kept up with them recently because they've been just boring. So other than the Afghana thing, we'll get into that later. But yeah, it's so hard to keep conversation with your dad if he's never talked to you really.
Yeah.
I remember one of my friends was saying how, because my whole group of friends all graduated, and his dad, after he graduated, has been trying to hang out with him more and stuff like that, and he's realized that, but it's also weird too. And I'm if you never hung out with your dad and he starts trying to hang out with you now once you're 18 out of high school, it's hard and weird.
Yeah.
I feel maybe down the road I might be able to have a better relationship with my dad, but at this point I don't think it's gonna go much until I get out of the house, and then maybe I come back and we go on another fishing trip or some shit like that, and I can drink with my dad and maybe talk with him. Nah. I think my dad would be I think I could, I don't know, because I don't think he's ever smoked weed. I know my mom smoked weed once. Really? She told me about that. Yeah.
Really? When?
I don't remember. She never told me that. I think she said in her 20s type shit.
Oh, probably a high school story.
Yeah, maybe a college, but yeah. But I did drugs throughout all of high school and some hard ones for a bit.
Nah.
Yeah, nah. So it's a bit different.
Depends who's asking.
Yeah, my sisters know I smoke weed and vape, but they don't know to the extent, really.
Well, and they used to not know anything.
Yeah, they just now started learning my senior year, because I started just not giving a shit about anything.
Yeah.
I was doing blinkers in class, and so, it never fucking mattered to me.
See, I would only do that on certain carts that I know wouldn't make me, cough as bad. If there'd be some that would just, I knew I wouldn't be able to
I had the kill
in.
switch then, and I remember when I was saying it was fucky, the wattage was messed up, and it wasn't giving me, the right kind of hits, so it was hitting less, but it would still give me fairly good hits.
Which is a shame, because the kill switch, that's a really
It was really nice for a while, and then it just started getting fucky. One time when I think I just pushed the battery too hard in, and it got stuck in, and then from there it was kind of weird.
Well, we got it from our mom.
Okay, but yeah, I was still doing at my worst 6 blinkers in class, because I wasn't doing anything in class. I'd do everything the day before type shit, and then I would just, because we would have Chromebooks, I would just crouch down and like with my head down, and then just like hit the fucking cart.
Oh,
And a lot of times I'd have my portable charger charging it right like on the side. Like my portable charger would be right here, like against my laptop.
Was a trooper too.
And it's big too. It'd pretty much be the whole size of the keyboard of the fucking Chromebook, and then I would just have it charging and be hitting it because that thing would die because I could never hold a charge. I could never get it to full charge for some reason, so I constantly would be charging it, even when I was hitting it and all that shit.
Well, and there'd be some times where we just straight up just use it as the battery. Like, we just take the wires out of it and just use that
the year before. Before school, we would always,
That's always a good thing.
We didn't have
a
battery.
Yeah,
because we couldn't get one or have one at the moment, or we didn't have one or could get one, and so we just fucking used my portable charger or, like, didn't we use the car at some point, too? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and just, like... we used wires, hit carts. So
I mean, isn't it crazy to think back on that time?
I mean,
it's like when we couldn't like get simple shit that we could get in like a day right now.
I mean, honestly, it still would be a bit more complicated. For me, it's a bit complicated, but I don't know.
You could just drive up to the shop and get it really
dude,
in
for
night.
For a bit there, I was hitting my shit with wires because it was just. It wasn't even because my shit wasn't hitting. It was because that shit was hitting harder.
It just honestly, nothing hits like the wires do.
Yeah, bro. It like the wires is. Yeah, bro. I have a friend that fucking microdoses. He's been on a 0.5 gram cart for like months.
That's insane that he microdoses.
First off, he hasn't like been smoking weed like from like a day to day basis in like since like maybe like we got out of high school or just in the end of high school for us. And so like he's never been a weed smoker. And he also microdoses, takes like a 3 or 4 second hit, and then that's it. And then like just rides out like tiny highs.
Has he said like what to what I don't know, I guess extent the high he feels is? I mean
he's never talked about highs. Like we've talked about like when I got that dab pen for the first time, I did it with him like too. We did it in his room.
You rub it on the springs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We did it in his room. I got fucked. We both did, I think, and that was a really good time. I remember I used to hang out with him literally like every day after school type shit on my freshman year. So we would always fucking do shit in his room, and then we got high together a couple times in his room because he was always very paranoid. But he did, and then he would also talk about like there's a couple times when he was like really fucked up. And we were playing with poker and shit. Like there's a lot of times when I'd have a bunch of friends over in my basement. I love my basement because we could have like a D&D we'd have like a session because we could pull out the long table, and then we could literally move over, play Xbox, or if I'm only like DMing like a small group of the party, like they've split apart. I love it because my other part of the party can go over to like where the couches and chairs are, watch something or play something on the Xbox, or they can go over to the bar and play poker, and if we were old enough, drink. So I can't wait. But when we're 21, but yeah, I love my basement.
Oh, yeah, your basement's amazing. I mean, it's hosted some of our famous little parties that we've thrown.
Yeah, a little fun. Not even parties. I was just like, my favorite one was probably when we had like, when we were just like hitting our carts. Remember when we like just did a bunch of double hits with our carts? And
I had that gold battery with the stripes or whatever on it.
I don't even know if we had anything else, but...
I think we were drinking too.
Maybe, but yeah, we were just getting fucked up.
Because we would always go and try to like steal shit from the bar.
Yeah, it was that or either we got alcohol.
Yeah, and we would do some crazy shit back then for stuff that we could get like way too easy right now.
100%. Now it's like pretty easy. Like it might be a little annoying, like the execution, but like all around, like we can get shit like in a day. Always.
Well, I mean, because it was to the point back then where it was like I would walk through the woods down to the nearest plaza just so I could pick up like a small bottle of vodka and some, other things. And it's like now it's like I wouldn't do that. Like now, like we just drive.
Back then we would run across
more
like
coordinated.
Back then we would run across our whole town just to get like 2 bottles of a fucking Malibu, and then also like run to a plaza to get some weed and shit like that.
I mean, we earned our stripes, I would say.
Yeah, we definitely did. Thank you. 100% we did.
Because, I mean, you even see the memes on Instagram, and it's like kids nowadays will never understand, and it just shows, like, the dab pen.
100%,
and it's like, oh, man, and then it will have, like, the crushed Coke can with the holes in it, and then the one hole on the side.
You'll never understand, like, before, like, when you'd first get weed, when, like, it'd be like, bro, $20 worth, and it would be, like, the hardest shit to get.
Oh, I know, man.
Like,
and
it'd be the hardest just to pull around, like,
then
an eighth.
Then you'd have to worry about, oh, I'm not 18, I can't get the wraps, or, it's like,
and you can't get
bullshit
wraps,
like that.
and then you have to get pop can, or, like, you just gotta figure out the way to, like, smoke it.
You can't get glass. It's like, come on. And then they changed the law back. It was October, a month after I turned 18. They changed it all to 21.
Yeah, you're finally 18. You could finally get tobacco and that shit. And then they finally changed. And then they changed it. And
it was like within a month, pretty much.
Bro, that was. Oh my god, I was so annoyed with that shit.
That was so.
Bro, imagine if it was still like that. I could get tobacco now.
Oh my god.
I wish I could walk into Circle K and buy myself my own cigarettes.
I mean, 18 at this point, it doesn't mean anything.
Like 18 to 21, not that much changes, especially because a lot of people are in college, and then they're already drinking, and college doesn't make you more mature. Like, I don't believe it too, because. No. Like, it can, like, if you use the opportunity, of course, anything can make you more mature.
Right.
But, like, in the grand scheme of things, you're in still school again. And it's, like, you're in a... Think about it. It's like you're, like, having your own apartment type shit if you go to dorm. And you might get your own apartment. But you still have the school type aspect that keeps you, like, grounded and makes you still, like it still coddles you, I'd say.
Right, yeah.
Because, like, you still have school and you still have something to do.
Of some
and you
sort.
yeah. And, of course, like... I'm just, like, more meaning also, like, when you don't have, like, school, it's, like, you're, like, on your own. Like, literally, bro, like, I literally am, like, always in my room, have nothing to do type shit. Like, you gotta figure out your life type shit. Within college, it's, like, it gives you, like, another, like, 4 years to fuck around and figure more shit out.
Pretty
but, like,
much, yeah. I mean,
it's also $100,000 or, like, type shit to go,
I mean,
and
it's because they're giving you a workload, and so since they're giving you a workload, then you're getting... coddled basically for the length of the workload that they're putting on you.
I definitely don't think college, though, is like you can easily just skip class. There's no repercussions. You're just not getting your education type shit.
Yeah.
But that's also, like, it's like another step to high school. But, like, I don't know. Just going to, like, another school again is just, like, coddles you more, I think.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, I feel like the people that just kind of just went out into the world right after high school, they're probably getting life experience a lot quicker in those 4 years while everybody else is off in college. I mean, I can say for myself, I've grown a lot, just in knowledge alone of how to handle myself, like, out in the world. Like, I know stuff now just from personal experience from fucking up out on my own now that I wouldn't have known if I was off, in a college dorm.
Yeah, I definitely have to say I've held myself back through the years with shit and not doing stuff, but I've also been like, I understand how shit works compared to other people. Like, I just, like when I went, like, through, like, money management class in high school, like, I thought that shit was easy. I understood it. Right. Like, of course I didn't get perfect grades because I'd rush it, and that's my problem. Yeah. Overconfidence at points in my life. But, like, it's just, like, that shit was always simple to me, like, save. Well, also there's a lot of other shit, but, like, literally just save your money. Like, bro, I've had a drug addiction, like, all throughout the time I've been working. I bought a PC in the first 6 months of me working, and I only made, like, $400 a month, and still made a pretty banging PC, kept my drug addiction, and started saving right after finishing my PC. So, like, I know how to save money even with an addiction.
Do you owe all that to Dave Ramsey?
No, I owe that to myself.
Honestly, I thought his course was useless. All he said was, pay for cash.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go to college? All right, save up for it. You want a car? All right, save up for it. Like, okay. Just save up for everything, I guess.
There's definitely something to say on when it comes to, like, his advice on loans, though.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he said it, but definitely advice, like, 30% down, never pay, more than, like, 8% of your car never pay more than 8% of the car on the down, or for the payment. Never let the payment be 8% of more than 8% of the car's worth. God, couldn't get that shit out. Retarded.
Well, I mean, not that he doesn't know anything, but I mean, I would almost put him in the category of like those YouTube scammers who are like, buy my course and it'll make you $1 million. Well, you'll be a millionaire in 6 months.
There's two different aspects, because also, like, don't forget, like, we understand how money works, but there's also the people that are just bad with money and don't get it. Or like, like, I have a coworker that's terrible. He was talking about how at one point, like, he's literally like in his 30s, and he was saying how when he was in like his teens or maybe like early 20s possibly, working at the place I work, he would get like his $500 check, or maybe not even that, but like he just would get what his like $250 whatever $300 check, and then he would literally go like on his phone or on a game. On his computer, he would do $500 transactions, or like multiple $100 or $50 transactions, and spend the entire check and then have no money until the next check, because he just like was like, because he was like, I enjoy like the games and this or that, so might as well spend my money on that. And it's like he also has like debts now, and he's talking about how he's gonna sell his nice Nissan like Z04 or whatever, so he can pay off all his debts and then have money after. And he was talking about how he's going to maybe buy some more shit. And then we were all like, maybe just save that money.
I mean, is it worth it to him? I mean, yeah, the games are fun, but it's putting him in so much financial debt.
Yeah. No, he needs to save and stop that shit. But he's like, he's at this point, he's like 30-something. He's like, yeah, I'm done with that shit. He has a girlfriend who's like just finishing up with college.
I mean, yeah, you, especially when other people are like in the picture, you know, you can't just be fucking around like that. Like, you have more people to think about than just yourself at a certain point in your life.
Yeah, nah.
You know,
honestly, because like, bro, once I get a girl, it's literally like, I think honestly I'll probably get a girl either like once I get an apartment or I moved out, or like in between the time after I get a job at FedEx, once I get my life more together. But like, it's gonna be so much of like me just like trying to hold back on drugs probably, because like I can go so mad sometimes and shit like that.
Well, you think when you start dating that's gonna be the problem?
Possibly. It matters who she is.
I guess it really depends on who you end up with.
Yeah, matters. Yeah, 100% honestly. Cause
who are you gonna try to actively seek out though?
Bro, I have no clue. It matters my situation at the time.
What do you think your situation?
I have no clue, honestly. I don't even know.
What's your plan?
Fuck, dude, don't got one right now. Like, there's always the dating apps in the future, but like, I want to try to find it and just like meet somebody in person, because that's like way more meaningful to me. But there's also like, how the fuck, like, it's COVID's coming back and that shit, so it's just like, I haven't even thought about dating really. Like, I've always like, I've wanted to, but I just haven't even thought about it really.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real option type shit. So
I feel like you're starting to feel like the pressure that I was feeling, because it was like, oh shit, like, what do I do now? You know, like, okay, I'm graduated with high school and I'm not going to college.
Yeah.
So what do? I guess you could really do anything.
Yeah, but I also have my friends that are going to college, but it's also like they have school for like 3 days a week, and it's like a weird schedule, and it's like doesn't even feel like much. I feel like it just puts a weird aspect into their fucking life. Like, especially like if you're not doing dorm, college is kind of weird and in the mix of everything else, and I feel like it kind of just makes everything more complex. Like, I feel like you're not really learning much. You don't really try to, like, unless you're like somebody like our friend Josh, who like actually actually tries to like learn. Yeah. Like, he was like, yeah, I have to go home and like do some college work.
Well, it's much more of an experience when you're in
and it's also like there's a lot of people like that go there for the partying aspect, and then there's people that go there and actually try to learn and do something. Which, if you want to go to college and actually learn, that's fairly good. I mean, I would say there's better ways, but I don't know. It matters what you're trying to learn, of course, but to me, it's not worth it type shit.
I couldn't do it. That's why, I mean, I was going to Stark State for a while, but like, I knew, like, I could barely keep it up doing it part-time. Like, I would do it like 2 or 3 days out of the week, and it was like, I just...
Yeah, the only way I could fully get into it is if I was in a dorm and it felt like a school. Like, that's the only way I could get into it, because like, I don't do work I wouldn't do work outside of college, so I would have to most likely, because the college is just so much work. There's so many essays, but that's also the thing. But I was never an essay person. Like I could, like in 7th grade, that's when they really taught us and really like wanted us to do essays and that kind of shit. Remember that shit? I remember I did like one on like dark matter, and I don't even think I did it properly at all. But I learned how to do like a 5-paragraph essay then, and then like after that we started doing them less, and then like all of high school, like freshman year did them some, and then like it was sophomore and junior did them like not at all because I had Swagger and he just never did essays, and then fucking senior year we had a couple in my Crawfords, bro. I just never did them. I literally just didn't do them.
I mean, it depends what you're going for. I mean, you have to really, believe in what you're going for. Like, okay, you have to be positive that, your 4 years of hard work is going to pay off, and you're going to end up actually in a field using your degree, because I know there's so many people that I've talked to that have degrees, and they're like, I'm here, yet I have a degree, and they're like, yet I have a degree in this, like I was talking to one guy.
My sister has a degree in biology, yet she's a pharmacist at Drug Mart.
Yeah. I mean, I was talking to one guy, his name's Joe, and he had a degree in some, he was like a computer tech dude and shit, and so whatever degree he got for that, but he has a bachelor's, and he's like, I'm working here.
That's a whole waste of his degree if it's computer related.
Yeah.
Like, my friend's going in for computer science, and I'm like, he's smart, and I know he'll do good. And I'm like, you better fucking get a good, like, $100,000 job the second you get out.
Yeah.
I want to see your big house when you grow. I'm like, he's going to be successful, but I'm like, I feel like he's going to get, like, some bad girl.
I don't know, but then you look at the stats of the people who graduate from college, and, like, how many actually go into their field.
Yeah.
And fine, and, it's like, it's not very good odds, and then, it's like, you go fucking crack a cold boy. It's like, here's the thing, it's a gamble whether or not you're going to use your degree, in the field that it's intended for. It's not a gamble whether or not you're going to be in debt for years and years. That's certain.
Yeah.
You getting a degree, just because you have one doesn't mean you're entitled to a job.
You want to hear some funny shit? I was watching his video, and it was about talking about, like, college debt. And these, like, 20-something, probably, like, late 20s couple, they this one guy, they were talking about, they got the question, it was like, how much debt do you have? And they were trying to figure it out. And then the guy was like, that's not debt, right? That's just stuff you have to pay off. And they're like, that's debt. And he's like, what, really? And I'm like, and he has a college degree, and they're like, oh, we have $100,000 in debt.
And he didn't realize the difference? I mean, it's not even a difference, but, like, what did he think?
I don't even know. Like, he was just like, oh, that's not really debt, right? And I'm like, no, that's literally the definition of debt. Something you have to pay off.
I just have to pay it off at some point.
Yeah, like, I get where his brain was going there, but, like, it's just like, but that's what debt is. Like, I understand what, like, when it's through his brain.
That's just how college brainwashes.
Yeah.
You come out and you're like, wait, I have all this debt?
We've let liberals control schooling altogether. And just, like, I don't know, schooling's so, like, simple, and, like, once, like, the American schooling system's terrible, bro.
I don't think I've ever agreed on, like, what schools teach on.
Yeah, 100%.
Take, what was it? Common Core that they were shoving down everybody's throats. Yeah. That was fucked. That was completely fucked, and even probably 99% of the teachers even agreed that Common Core was fucked. Yeah. Yet we had to do it because, it's people in the government that have never been teachers. Obama. And they're the ones that are making the laws on what teachers have to teach and setting the standards. They've never done it themselves. Yet they're the ones setting the standards.
Literally, when we had, like, our little graduation thing, where we saw everybody that was going to college, they walked across stage, and you saw where they went and what they're going for. Yeah. Literally, majority of the girls were going for nursing, and then a couple were going for like school related stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and then
how many actually stay in nursing?
In the psychology. Well, yeah. Well, nursing's not bad if you stay with it. That's what I'm like. It's not like the most like if you're somewhat smart, you can get through it, and it's a lot of work, but you can make somewhat good money. So it's not bad. If you women just normally like you see them more teachers. They just like caring for people. That's just how their minds are wired.
I listened into Grey's Anatomy a couple times back at her mom's house.
Yeah.
Picked up a few things other than that.
I don't know. I kind of understand the psychology a little bit, but I also don't know if I do or not.
You know, I thought if I was if I was gonna have to go to college, I was thinking like, you know, okay, maybe something in psychology because I think that's interesting. But then at the same time, there's a statistic that most of the people who go into psychology, they end up, you know, it's not for me, and they drop out. And I was like,
it's also like one of those where like a lot of people just like don't use it either.
Yeah.
Psychology, like you think it's cool, but also like think about it. If you're going for a degree, is it more important like for you to like learn something interesting, or keeping your money?
Yeah, or
like
keeping your
like
money.
Are you gonna spend like $30,000 or like more on like a degree that would be maybe cool and you'll get some life lessons out of it, or you could spend like $5,000 and like tour all of Europe and like go have a bunch of life lessons? But it's like people don't think like that because they're like, because literally anybody can take out a school loan for like any amount pretty much if like they got accepted,
right?
And then that's also one of the only loans that like even if you go bankrupt you still have to pay off.
Yeah.
So it's like it's so easy to just be able to like, oh yeah, let's go here, I have the money now, let's do that. And
do you think more people choose that degree more out of interest and they don't really think about like long-time careers?
They could think about careers, but also those careers are just not sought after as much. Like once you do get them, like there's already that out there. Like of course there's going to be the people that go into it, but there's only that small majority that get that job.
Right.
Minority that get the job. So it's like it's not how it works. Like
I mean, if you make it too flooded of a market, then it's gonna be really hard to find a place.
You know, I got another topic that would be interesting. Get a little out of this stuff, not serious. Favorite fast food items. I'm gonna bring up a good one.
What?
McDonald's apple pies.
Yeah, their pies are pretty good actually.
Like
sugary cinnamon.
Remember that like birthday pie? Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
That was pretty good. Like if you get a nice hot one, they're usually damn good. I love good Dairy Queen dipped cone. I'm a sweet guy, so I like a lot of sweet shit, of course.
Man, see, I love their burgers at Dairy Queen.
I had a burger recently, and it was pretty good from Dairy Queen, so...
You know, I actually watched a thing where it was saying, like, you know, Burger King, they actually draw on their flame marks, like their flame grilled marks on their patties, and it showed a video of the cooks doing it in the back. You know, they cook the patty, and then they just take, like, a little brush, and they put the black lines on it. And I'll tell you what, though, Dairy Queen's, it doesn't seem like theirs is fake. Like, it seems like they really, like, flame grilled that shit or whatever the fuck they do to it. Like,
yeah.
It's really good.
You know, another one, probably my favorite place, I don't know if it's exactly fast food, but I think it is Swenson's.
Swenson's is, extreme.
Because I love going there and just, like, parking, and then you get a milkshake, fries, and a burger, and it's perfect for me. Eat the burger, you have fries, and then you have a really good milkshake.
Well, you're talking about milkshakes on the way over here. Got me fucking thinking about them.
Yeah, Sonic. I don't know how good Sonic's food is. I haven't had them a bunch, but their milkshakes are good.
Yeah.
They have these blasts that are literally just, like, ice cream.
Like blizzards.
They're literally just, like, better blizzards. Like, Dairy Queen, like, the blizzards aren't bad, but you can fuck them up. Like, if it's not a good person, they'll easily not mix them enough. Or, like, 'cause, like, I've had fucking blizzards, like, that are just, like, sauce. And then you, like, have, like, the mixed in, like, maybe if it's, like, the cheesecake one, you'll have, like, the strawberry shit. You literally just have, like, the syrup on top. And then you'll just have, like, the fucking chunks in the bottom. And
they never put in enough cookie dough on mine. I always have to tell them extra cookie dough, and I have to pay the extra 50 cents or whatever. Because they just don't put in enough. It's just, like... I don't want more ice cream. Like, I want to chew the cookie dough chunks.
You know what I wish had a drive-thru?
What?
Cold Stone.
Yeah.
Bro, if Cold Stone had a drive-through.
Their ice cream is really good.
Their ice cream is the fucking best.
We have a million fucking
Is that
ice cream.
Portage still?
Yes.
Where I was talking about?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, because
yeah.
I worked at that Dunkin'.
Yeah, because I was like, am I thinking the right place? I'm like, that Cold Stone's, yeah. No, Cold Stone, like, should have a drive-through because, like, going in just takes an extra bit. And it's literally like, it'd be so easy to do it. You just put a little lid on top of it, and then you give them to them. And it's like, then you can park and eat your ice cream. Like,
Have you tried Menchie's, though?
I did a long time ago, but I don't remember anymore. Because, like, I like, don't get out ever because you know how my mom is. Like, we like eat out like every Friday, we not anymore. Now it's like once. It might be more because just like how my dad is working this or that, and there's barely anyone in the house. So it's like if we go out, it's like $20 for us. So it's like not that bad. It's really not a big deal. Like a lot of times after work, I'm like, "Yo, mom, can I eat McDonald's?" Because it's like she ate something already. It's like 10 p.m. I'm like, "Fuck it."
It's like in between.
Yeah, I literally get like it's like my meal like order's like $7. I get like a double cheeseburger and a small fry, and then either like sometimes, bro. Last time I wanted a caramel frappe, didn't have that. I wanted a Sprite, didn't have Sprite, and then I was like, okay, fine, I'll get a chocolate milkshake. I was like, god damn, bro.
Their fucking ice cream was working, but their soda wasn't.
I don't even know. They had McFlurries too, so I guess so. But the reason their ice creams, I figured out, this is an exact reason, but I think the reason is because the machine messes up because like all the big like companies use the same machine for ice cream, but for some reason they have like an outdated ones or something, and they'll just get error codes. Because something isn't right, and it doesn't display the reasons because it's not updated the machines or something. I think it was. Okay. So like they'll get an error machine, and the only way for it to be fixed is for them to call in a guy and then pay them. And so it's literally just a scheme to get like to pay money.
That's
and, like,
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, because
they need to go through a different company then,
or just get new machines and update them and type shit.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
So dumb.
Now you know.
Yeah. But bro, yeah, like I don't know. I love like Wendy's the bourbon what was that bourbon bacon thing that had the onion rings and the barbecue sauce.
That, yeah.
I also love their like pretzel buns.
Wendy's I feel like is like a notch above other fast food restaurants.
Yeah. Wendy's and for me it goes like Swenson's Wendy's when it comes to
just
burgers.
The quality of like their meat.
Yeah, it's so good.
And generally, Wendy's. I feel like the Wendy's workers are a lot better than other fast food.
I used to be like an Arby's guy because for us, we have like an Arby's and a Wendy's right next to each other.
Yeah.
But like I used to be an Arby's guy, always a roast beef sandwich. But then I was like, it's not that good. Like I'd like a roast beef sandwich still, but it's just kind of plain.
Yeah.
And now it's like, fuck, dude, I want a burger or I'll get a chicken sandwich from Wendy's. Yeah. Like they had this guacamole chicken sandwich at one point that was like fucking killer.
Well, I was the fat fuck at Arby's. I would always get the sliders so I could go in between chicken roast beef.
Smart. No, when I had Arby's, I was always whenever however I got food, I was always at home, and then I would always get like a text, be like, hey, what do you want from this place? I'd be like, blah blah, and I'd like I'm not gonna make it complicated.
Yeah.
A lot of times I'll try to figure out like a combo that I like and just because I hate like going through a drive-through and like making it long. So like I always want to be like number 7 with this, number 8 with this, and
and then you're done.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times other people are like ordering for you because you're in the backseat.
Yeah. Well, it's not even that though. It's like even if I'm going through it, I don't even want to like they'll mess it up so much. I love it. Like I would like it if they had the sandwich I want and with the combo because I always get a combo anyways. Like so might as well just like
of course a burger just by itself never does it.
Yeah, I want some fries and a drink, and so if there if there's a combo up there that's like peak, like it's best for me.
Yeah.
Like so that's why I like that. No, I'm not afraid to be like, yo, this bro. We went through fucking. Like I said last podcast we filmed, we went through Taco Bell and spent $62, and I was the one reading out the fucking order. My friend had my phone, but I told him it like 20 times over when I was like, I was fairly drunk. I was like almost done with my second drink, which would make me like 7 to 10 shots in. in that range, because like it was dark, because it was already dark at that point, because it was after D&D, and we were at the fire. So I just grabbed the Tito's bottle, had a red Solo cup, pour, at least 4 shots in the first one, and probably like the same or more in the second.
Well, you're lucky that Taco Bell workers are probably used to that.
Yeah, but they probably killed themselves that night, because literally 10 people came in after us. I'm not kidding, bro. I counted. There's 10
probably
people.
Half of them were drunk.
Maybe. But there's a good like group of like 3, because they were all like in trucks and shit. So we knew that much at least.
Fuck.
Yeah. But whenever we go to places like Taco Bell at night, it's always because we have a group, or like a group, like we're buying for a group, and it's always like over 50 or close to 50 type shit. Like $30 is like not too bad at like a fast food place.
Does one person pay for it all?
No, it's usually like 2 or 3. From that night, it was, I got like 2 20s, like a 20 from a different person, a 20 from another 5, and then I threw in my card for any extra.
Y'all just throw money into a pool?
Pretty much. So we had like $55, and then I covered the extra like 12, and then I got, or it was actually like 7 I covered actually, and then I got a 10 from somebody else, so I actually made money that night.
Is there ever anybody that like repeatedly only puts in like a $5 bill?
There's people that repeatedly put in more, but I don't know, maybe me sometimes. I never have cash, because whenever I pull out cash, I immediately give it to you for drugs. or immediately go out and get some drugs.
It exchanges hands very quickly.
Yeah, because it's like, what the fuck, why am I gonna pull out, I'm already pulling out like 40 or 50, why would I pull out another 25 for extra cash? That's just gonna be even more out of my account.
I'll tell you what,
like,
bro,
if I have cash, it's gonna get spent at some point, so there's no reason to have cash on me.
Back in my prime, bro, if like I ever forgot my card at the house or something, I'm like, oh shit, whip out the wallet. Oh, it's $600 right there, bro, locked and loaded.
Yeah, but that was when you're dealing. That was when you're wheeling and dealing. I'm not wheeling and dealing. So like I have the money to pull out like if I needed to, I could always pull out $1,000 right now, and I would be fine. I would still have a good like money in my account.
See, there's your bail money.
I think I need more than $1,000, and I don't got more than $1,000.
Well, it depends on what you do.
Yeah, so it's just like I'm just not that fucking good in cash right now. So
you're about to be.
Yeah, I'm gonna get there. I'm only just out of high school, so, but I'm better than fucking like.
Expectations are high.
Yeah, I'm better than like Bree, bro. Like she's literally going off like a paycheck here or there type shit. At least I never wanted to be paycheck to paycheck. Like I kind of was when I was buying my PC, but I was like, the second I buy the PC, it's only gonna be like drugs and here or there buying something when I need.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how it was when we were in East Liverpool. It was paycheck.
My mom's fucking the best. Like I don't even ask for her to put money in my account. Like one time I was like talking to her, because like I'll be like, can I get like, because I want to like get sometimes nicer things. So like when I get like Dr. Squash soap,
right.
I like usually pay for it, but then she'll be like, I'll be like, yeah, it was only this much, and then she fucking like put like $45 when it was only like 42, and then there's another time when she was like, I was looking at my account, I was like, I guess I moved more money over than I thought, and then she was like, oh yeah, I moved 100 over to your checkings because your checkings looking a little bleak there, and I was like, oh okay, nice. So I got a free hundo for my mom.
So that's why you still want her attached to the account.
Yeah. Yeah, because like usually like I keep my checkings like over 100, because like I don't really need a lot more than that in there for me, and like I'll just always like move 50 over if it's a little under.
Right.
Like shoots me up so I can pull another 40 out if I need to, but I don't. Yeah, so it's just like, but that's just how I do shit.
I mean, yeah, you wouldn't have thought a couple of years ago like she would be fucking coming through like this, did you?
Well, I kind of did, because she also was giving me 20s back then too, and she supplied me for drugs for so long.
Yeah, she did. She really came through, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, she really came through.
Yeah, it was between me fucking pulling money from my save, like from the firebox, my like $300 that I had.
And she even asked about it the one time.
Yeah, the one time. But I was always pulling 20s here or there, and I was always just like, I would always buy like a good amount at a time and then sell. So I'd always have extra, like I'd always just be able to like sell and like supply myself.
Gotta disperse to the boys.
Well, also so I could keep myself, like I literally like I only pulled 100 out of that 300 like over like 3 years, and then I would only get 20s from my mom like twice a month.
You weren't as deep in back then, though.
Mm-hmm. So I had some kind of allowance if you thought about it like that, but it was like only $40 a month type shit, and that was like only through high school.
And see, now it's spiraled into this.
Yeah, going through like 3 carts a week.
It could be one a day, like if you were really trying, though.
Oh, it could easily be one.
As
day.
I was telling,
I know it could.
I was telling Vince about you, and I was like, yeah, he could easily do one a day, like no problem.
Yeah, I just hold myself back. Like,
yeah.
There's times when I like literally like, I'm so bad now, bro. Like my sleep schedule is so bad because I'll come home like at 10 from work, and then I'll literally don't go to bed till 4. And I'm not even hooked on a show or anything. I'm reading like a little bit of manga, but I'm just like literally watching like a documentary on Netflix that's somewhat interesting, and then I'm like watching YouTube, and I go back and forth, and then I'm like 4, and I haven't even hit my cart in like 2 hours. Because it's like I want to hit it before I go to bed, and I don't want to hit it now and then hit it before I go to bed, because then that's like literally 6 hits. That's like gonna be a quarter. Like I'm just like it's not like I'm like needing to hit it, because I'm like in a weird like dazed tiredness just watching whatever the fuck I watch, or sometimes I'll be hooked on a show and be up till like 4 or 5. But then I wake like literally I woke up at like 11, or I woke up at like 10 or 11 whenever my alarms went off, and then I went back to bed and woke up at like 12, and I was like, fuck. I always want to wake up before noon, because it's like I hate waking up after noon.
You are a bum. I was telling Lindsay that the other day, like, this bum, he sleeps in so fucking long nowadays.
Yeah. But I can also easily work off of fucking 5 hours. So it's like, as long as I get like good 5 hours.
Man, I was working off of like 2.5 for months and months. It was terrible. I felt awful.
Yeah, but also I know I can like if I get get into the schedule of going to bed like 8.
Yeah.
Because think about it, because I'm not doing anything in that time. So as long as I just hit my cart a few times and lay down, at this point I've learned I'm just gonna lay down and listen to the podcast in my ear, and I'll just lay there for an hour and I'll fall asleep. Like I just like never worry now.
See, now you can start listening to these.
Yeah, I honestly don't want to. I don't want to listen to my own voice.
I guess that would be kind of weird listening to your own voice as you fall asleep.
I mean, you don't hate yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I've
listened to the ones with me in it before. I hate my voice, so like even when we've done them in the car, like it's really cool that we've done podcasts and this or that, but I still was like, I'd rather not. Because I can always critique myself, too. I'll
make this one perfect for you. I'll get the voice so good, so crisp,
See, it's clear. Not the crispest. It's not the crispness about it or anything like that. It's just about me, bro.
You need a little dabble of auto-tune.
A little dabble of self-love. That's what I need.
We need to get you on a song.
Yeah, uh-huh.
What kind of beat would you do if you're going to be on a song?
It would have to be a 90s beat, slower. Like, not slower, but one where it would be more, it doesn't have to be, I wouldn't say rhyming exactly, but more where I can go with just, like, not as fast.
Who would you most be like?
Let me think. Fuck.
He's thinking of, like, the 4 white rappers.
Nah. All of them are too fast for me. I'd probably be closer to like a Biggie type shit.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, I started watching some more Joe Rogan. I watched Joe Rogan on addiction and wasting your life. Joe Rogan, you don't want to always be high. The business secrets of dealing drugs. Yeah.
I don't watch his podcast because they're so long. I only do if I'm with friends. We throw it in the background.
Well, they have clips on his YouTube.
Yeah, but I was going to say, I just watch his clips, and his clips are great.
Yeah.
Because he's super insightful. Literally, Joe Rogan's like one of the most insightful people because he wants to learn. He's just like always like because he has like some of the most interesting people in the world, celebrities and scientists alike, and just like he listens and he's a great interviewer.
Yeah, I mean, I was listening to one this morning and it was like him and this like smart mathematician dude, and they were talking about, you know, like what I was telling you earlier about like consciousness can't be like reduced to an algorithm like to put into a robot.
Yeah. Yeah, no, consciousness is too complex because it's like doubting yourself and this or that. That's the thing about it. It's not a thing about like going through like a robot can make a decision based on different things and like whether they should do this, but like that's off an algorithm going off of certain decisions, and a human can always have something in the back of the mind thinking about something else that fucks with it. Like we always make doubtful ideas and we're always afraid of something, but when you put an algorithm in a robot, they can always only work around those bounds that you programmed for them. So even if you made them think about like human life and like, oh, this is more like human life's important, you need to talk to them or this or that, it's still not going to be enough to be actually a conscious like a human, because a human could be bad and be like, I don't like you right now, and make a rash decision, but a robot couldn't, because they would still consider human life great because they're in that algorithm. Because I don't know because the coding would have to be like millions of lines long.
Yeah,
like it would have to be like honestly endless lines of code, because it would have to go like be like, because it would literally, you'd have to start one from like literally you'd have to have a robot live a life and have like it would have to have day one like millions of lines of code, and then it would have to live its life starting from like almost a baby and learn like from day one.
All of
and
its ideas would have to come based off of its first experience.
Yeah, like it would literally have to learn from a human, because that's how our brains are made, off of everything we've done and the people we've been around, so we're molded in different ways. So like the code would have to be put in place so it could learn and be able to like have different feelings and this or that. And then like I don't even know, because it's just so complicated how we work. Too complicated, bro.
The human brain cannot, in conclusion, be reduced to an algorithm for now.
Cops are at the crib, I must be selling way too many. Might as well just start it, not because I'm smoking plenty. I'ma need a rubber band for the stack of 20s. I'm really about my cash, I'm out here and I'm making money. Sipping on dirty, I put in my cup. Don't wanna play me, I said what the fuck. I'm in the car in the back, run it up. I need the pills cause the weed not enough. Sipping on honey turns me to a demon. Bitch, I was high and I don't know the reason. Getting the drugs and I feel like I'm fiending. Took a pill and crushed it into pieces. I need the pack.